the quote of the day. The quote of the day is, be miserable or motivate yourself. Whatever has to be done, it's always your choice. And that's from Wayne Dyer. And, you know, before I actually had to help my kid and my husband got frustrated, this felt almost like I was going to take a lighthearted tone, but like I just had to decide for those two interactions if I was going to be miserable or I was going to motivate myself. And, you know, like to stay positive, to stay helpful, to not let someone else's irritation become my irritation. Like, they're allowed to be irritated without me also being irritated. Like, I don't need to jump on the irritation wagon. But it's been true for, you know, just at work, at home, like, and I won't say I've succeeded every single time. Sometimes I let the misery win, and that's okay. Like, it's okay. I'm human. It happens. I think the real power comes in being able to figure out how to shift back into motivation, into positivity, but recognizing that it's always my choice. If you have been with me before, you know that I am a big fan of the Inside Out movies. And part of that, like, especially, and spoiler alert for if you haven't seen Inside Out or the second one, specifically the second one in this moment, is that feelings are valid and feelings are, you know, there and part of your expression and all of that. But you can choose. You can choose to not let them rule you. You can choose to think, like, to work through it and to figure out how you work through letting things go, not letting things linger, figuring out how to be blunt, to get over it. But that's not what I mean. I don't mean like get over it. I mean like you have the power to choose. And once you recognize that, it can empower you. Like, it can give you a better sense of yourself, knowing that you don't have to let things control you from outside. Have to let things control you from the inside. You can. And the trick really is figuring out how you function to be able to stay motivated, stay positive, even when you kind of go through this up and down cycle. You can, you know, be sad, be mad, you know, be irritated, be frustrated. And then you can kind of internally take a step back and go, okay, I don't like feeling like this. I don't want to stay here. How can I push out of it? And it's different for everybody. It's tricky for everybody. And some things are bigger than other things. And some things feel bigger, even if someone else doesn't think so. And that's okay. It's okay to feel those things. But it's also okay to recognize that letting go and pushing through is okay too. Like, sometimes I think people feel guilty. Like, they should be acting a certain way. They should be feeling a certain way. And that letting go of some of that stuff, like, says something negative about them. But it doesn't have to be. And you know what your intentions are. You know what you need. And I think a lot of times it's easy to just pretend that the choice isn't there. That doesn't sound like, I don't mean it in a really bad way. It's a human thing. But I think a lot of times what it really comes down to is we're not, like, either we're not gentle enough with ourselves, we're not patient enough with ourselves, we're not like, we don't give ourselves enough credit, like, to have the fortitude, I guess. But yeah, it's just, every time is a choice. And it's okay if you don't choose to, like, be mature, be positive, be, you know, motivated, whatever. It's okay for that to happen too. It's just not okay if that's the only choice you ever make. Sometimes you got to choose to be positive, be motivated, you know, push through. And it's okay if it's a seesaw. That's normal too. I think that's a lot of it too, is we get into a habitual cycle. And it can be hard to break free because it takes a lot of real conscious effort to not stay in that habitual response, habitual cycle. So it's always your choice. What is that? Is the Rush song that's even if you didn't make a choice, you've still made a choice? It's true. All right. Thanks for dropping in. If you want to hang out, I stream live on Twitch and YouTube Thursday evenings and middays on Sunday. I hope you have a lovely day, night, time, wherever you are, whenever you are. I'll see you next time.